Hello, good afternoon, good morning, or good night, wherever you are. Today we are back with perfectionism, destroying it. And so, in the Love It or Shove It today, we're going to talk about how to destroy perfectionism and how your own expectations are suffocating you. So, number one thing in here, our host is not here. So, today it's only me and you, my beautiful people. And so, right now, we're going to talk about the number one thing that we should do. First of all, is valuing ourselves, right? I mean, if we want to be successful, if we want to feel good and hopeful and faithful and just feel that we are worth something, just to embody that energy, that feeling, that love, right? That aura of beauty that surrounds us, right? We have to value ourselves. And how can we value ourselves? The one way we can value ourselves is just simply start to look ourselves in the mirror and just say, you are the greatest motherfucker I have seen in my life. You, you who people don't believe, you who people take it for granted, you who people use, you, because out of every single thing that people have done to you, no matter how perfect you try to be or not, either for yourself or for other people or for your friends or for your family, you're still here. And guess what? If it wasn't for them, they wouldn't have half of the shit they have because you've been there for them. You love them. Now, guess what? You're gonna stop all that and you're gonna turn yourself inward. You're going to look at your own self, at what you want to do, at what you want to say, and who you want to be with, where you want to be in 5 years, what you want to do now. Most importantly, what you want to do right now. Right now, what you want to do right now. That's the most important thing is right now. Because now it's all that exists. The past is gone, and the future doesn't exist because it hasn't come yet. And so everything that is real now is what you feel, what you smell, what you feel, what you can touch, what you can see, what you can hear. That's what's real now, right? And so that being real, that's everything you have to focus on right now. Because if you're always overthinking about the future, then your present will never be fully satisfied and fulfilled, right? And so we have to just embody that feeling of worthiness. Don't make plans in 5 years down the road if you don't know what you want now. Because how can you have what you want in 5 years if you don't know what you want now? And so it's step by step. And so a lot of you people try to be perfectionists in something that is not even that worth it for yourselves. There's no worth in that. It's something momentaneous. It's something that is short term. No, focus on the short term, but also focus on the long term. And on the long term, you have to focus on yourself rather than other people because people have a life. You're not supposed to live their life. You're not supposed to help them on their life more than you have to help yourself in your own life, right? And so you have to develop those boundaries, those divine godly boundaries that nobody will step in, nobody will break unless you let them, unless you allow them, right? And so you have to be not only there for yourself now, but it's now and it's always, right? Because there's always a way that things can be done, and that way has to be your own way, not the way people want from you. Because if I am correct here, the majority of people have expectations that are not even theirs. It's what their father expects of them. It's what their mother expects of them. It's what it's allowed in their friends group. It's the peer pressure, right? It's oh no, you're with us, and the expectations we have for ourselves is the same that we have for you because you know that's why we're together because we all have something in common. So valueless cowards hang around with valueless cowards, and valuable people, valuable heroes hang around with valuable heroes, right? You can be in a group of drunk people and going to jail because they were whatever. It is not that bad because it's just normal thing and nobody will even fucking care, right? But I'm certainly sure that those boundaries will not be broken. That's not even a boundary that doesn't even exist in a group of people that is worthy to be around in a group of people that will support each other, love each other, die for each other, die for each other. You can't even die for your own self, right? And those expectations, right? People should have expectations of what they can achieve now, right? People shouldn't have like in my belief, right, is the expectations suffocate people because of what is acceptable for society nowadays, right? And it's wrong because you know as well as I do that you are going to fail miserably if you can't back yourself up. Majority of people are on survival mode and they don't know how to get out of it, and they distract themselves with pleasure instead of distracting themselves with purpose, right? Majority of people distract themselves with pleasure because they have no purpose, right? And so they're purposeless because all the power they have, they give it away. And so we have to learn on how to retain that power, keep that power. And how can we keep that power? There's many ways we can keep that power. We can forgive ourselves, right? We can blame ourselves and then forgive ourselves. Not blame ourselves and live in judging ourselves. No, blame ourselves, accepting that it is our responsibility of what we've done, right? Which is a good, extreme good boundary to have, right? Boom, get it done, right? Look, it's my fault. That's it, pillow. It's your fault. Fuck you, bro. You did this. You did. It's your fault, right? How can I change that, right? No, I can do that. Okay, I can read that. Okay, I can watch that. Interesting. I can cut on that. Okay, maybe I shouldn't eat that. Maybe I shouldn't watch that. Okay, interesting. List, boom, done. Finish, boom, boom, move, left, right, forward. Let's go. That's it. Boom. Changing our lives, bro. Boom, boom. There's no time to waste, bro. There's no time. What do we have left? Like what? We have what? Like fucking 40, 50 summers, probably, maybe 60 or 70, and we're gonna waste it trying to live in other people's expectations. Fuck that. No way. There's no possible way that should happen. And honestly, we should do whatever we want. We should just do whatever we want. Who cares if when you talk people can listen to you? Who cares if everybody saw your video online and it wasn't that good and now people are pointing you the finger? Who cares? Whatever. Who cares? Because you still did what you wanted. None of those people who have expectations about you, none of them will be there when you die. None of them care if you even die. People just want to have something to talk about, right? None of them will give a shit if you die, right? None of them. And so we have to understand that that's the reality of the world. People want to have something to talk about. The poor want to be entertained, and the rich want to be educated. Bro, start to learn, start to change your life, start to do something about it. Wake up excited for the day, right? Start to do something that you can fully understand and believe in, right? Be purposeful about something. Start to create something within your own mind, within your own body. Just embody that aura, that excitement, the desire, the curiosity to just really say, look, I did this, right? I did this. And so going into the mirror and saying, I'm enough and I'm great and I'm the greatest and I'm divine and whatever it means, depends on your priorities, depends on what you can believe of yourself, right? Well, it just depends on that. But that's just the first step, because then you have to give yourself reasons to continue saying it, right? Because it's either you say that and you believe it, or you say that and you don't believe it. So the best thing to do is to back your words with actions. Actions will always speak louder than words, my friend. We're here for a reason. Okay, we're here for a reason. I'm here right now, but Irina, she's here for a reason as well. Because everything we say in this podcast, everything we talked about, this is episode 44. For 44 episodes, we have been talking about things that we've overcame, things of how we've done. We're here because we can. And everybody can do this, technically, right? But nobody can talk about it as well, as good, as fast, as precise and accurate. Why? Because not everybody goes through it. Because a lot of people, they don't have the courage to do that. And that's where they fail. But you, my friend, you should not do that as well. Because the only example you should follow, the only example and the expectations you should follow from someone is at least bare minimum. The standard is bare minimum Somebody who has the life you want. Simple, finished. Should not follow the expectations of somebody who cannot even put expectations and priorities and goals and objectives for their own life. They think they can talk about yours. Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em, bro. But fuck 'em. Fuck 'em all. Doesn't matter. Finito, bro. Does not matter. Alright? Does not matter. Does not matter. Okay? And so, other people's expectations suffocate you. One, because you look at the wrong people. You look at what the wrong people want for you. What the wrong people want for you is not your truest potential. It's something that, makes them comfortable enough to be in your presence because they know that you haven't done everything that you were supposed to do because they successfully managed to control it. You see, you do everything for people, but when you stop and you start to prioritize yourself, which you deserve and you should do, so what would they say? They say you're changed. They say you're too good for them. They'll say this, yeah, but fuck them, bro. They're not even good for themselves, and they shouldn't. Who would? I'd be depressed if they were themselves. Guess what? You won't say that, but I'll say it for you, and you know damn right that you would be depressed as well if you were them, right? And that's the reality. That's the truth. The truth is that you would, right? And so you don't want to be like them, and I don't want to be like them, right? And so having our own expectations, seeking independence, not perfectionism, right? To seek independence is so much more than money, right? And then the boundaries, because I made a video about this some days ago. It wasn't some days ago. I think it actually was yesterday. Yes, I talked about how empathy without boundaries is self-destruction. You give a lot of yourself. You just don't know how much. And I know for a fact, like I knew about me when I was the one who was doing it, a lot of people, they give of themselves so much, especially women. Why? Why do women do it? Women, well, every single woman knows why. But, well, I believe so. Um, but the reason why women do it is very simple, is because that's how they were raised to do, right? That if they are not able to take care of the emotional and spiritual needs of their husband, then they're shit. And they should feel like that. They should feel like failures. But that's a lie. Because we don't live in the 1400s anymore, right? And so start to prioritize your own self-care and to get your own fucking. The worst thing that can happen to a woman is to start overcompensate the idea that men think women should be like and what being feminine is, right? Women's breakfast is hearing men saying they know women, and then they ask women, right? And then women ask men, also, how are we? And then the only thing that comes out of their mouth is the most baloney bullshit ever, right? And so women have to understand that the world will always need women. Yes. What women will not need is to put the expectations that men have over them, right? And that even other women have on other women as well, right? You can do so much with your brain. You can do so much with your hands and your legs. But men and women do it differently, right? And that's the thing, because men and women are different, the expectations over men and women are also different, right? And so, being the expectations of men and women different, there are certain things that it's not obviously expected from men, then are different expected from women, but the tolerance level is also different, right? And so it is tolerable that some men do that, but it's not tolerable that some women do that, right? Um, because expectations usually have limits. If you're crossing the limit of something that is expected from you in a bad way, even if it's not in a bad way, it's only a bad way for society, there can be consequences for you. But is there really a consequence to lose people? That's the thing. Like, what is really the consequence here? Like, let's be honest. What is the consequence here? What, like, having people talk about you, my friend? Like, welcome to the world. You become something in the world. People are gonna talk. Like, just deal with it. Move. Deal with it. You want people to you want 8 billion people to love you, bro. Not even the Dalai Lama has not even the Dalai Lama has 8 billion people to love. Not even the Pope has people to love. Not even the goddamn Pope has. Not even 8 billion people love the Pope. You expect 8 billion people to love. That's not gonna happen. You cannot have Greeks and Troyans who love you. You're gonna have people who love you. You're gonna have people who are gonna fake that love for you. And you're gonna have people who are not gonna fake a fucking damn thing because what they feel about you just pure hate and jealousy because your life is pathetic, including your family. Period. Maybe I step over the line, but I don't give a fuck because deep down there's some truth in it. So I don't care. And so, um, we have to embody that idea that, look, the number one thing that I need to develop first is character. And then when I develop my character, I have to develop personality. And then the third step is never, ever give up on it. Never give up on who you are. Never give up on what you believe. Believe what you say with 100%. Don't, no matter how delusion it may look like for the ordinary person. The ordinary person doesn't know a fucking thing. The ordinary people know, do, feel, and think and say ordinary stuff. That's what makes them ordinary, is because what they do is ordinary. If you want to be special, you gotta do special. You gotta feel special. Say, do. Go to places that are special. Hang around with special people. Dress special. Wanna be unique, you gotta speak unique, talk unique, do unique. Every single thing you every single habit you put in your life, you have to simply understand that that will shape you, that will make you, or that will break you, that will simply define your existence. And again, your existence is not the past, because today you can be one person and tomorrow you can be a completely different person, and so your existence ends up being different because your whole personality and character is different. The term where, like, oh, he's a completely different person or she's a completely different person, right, comes from there. People are completely different because their life is completely different. People are completely different because the life that they really like. People are completely different because life asked them to be different. People are completely different because the phase in their life they're going through forced them into becoming a completely different person. Maybe because it's a consequence of something. Maybe it's an objective for something. Maybe it's something they deserve and they want to obtain, and so they're doing something to have it, or they just have to deal with it in their own way. Whatever the fucking situation is or the reason, doesn't matter. What matters is what are people going to get from it, right? And so that is something completely different here. But in everything of that, we come back to the expectations. No, because if your life is already difficult, adults for some reason, the expectations of others shouldn't really be the number one reason. And for some people, it may seem very, very, very difficult because the reason why a lot of people don't end up understanding other people's expectations and stuff is because, what for me, what people may expect from me, people could be like, yeah, but like that's not a problem, like, because it's not a problem for them. But I can look at somebody and be like, yeah, but I don't understand your problem as well, because that problem that the person has will never and would never be a problem for me. And so when we put it this way, it ends up being nobody understands anybody because nobody knows how to put themselves in other people's places, right? um, and so when I mean nobody, I mean the majority of people on this planet, right? That's why this planet is so separate from each other, which is an illusion, right? We're all made of energy. We're all beings of energy, right? And so in some places we still live. We still in some places there is still that idea of you're different than me because you're poor. You're different than me because you're rich. Yes, in a superficial manner. Yes, in a materialistic manner. Yes, maybe by color. Yes, sure. But when it comes to spirit, we all have a soul. Um, Well, I don't believe everybody has a soul. I do believe that everybody has a soul that they haven't been awakened yet. Some people have awakened their soul, some people have awakened their spirit, other people haven't. Other people are just plainly NPCs who still have the expectations of others, which is more important than what they really want to do because they think that's all their life is will be that and just that. But that's why we're here, anyways, right? That is why we're here. We're here to help you. We're here to make you understand that that's wrong, right? And we're here to to make you grow, right? For the love of humanity, for the love of growth, for the love of movement, for the love of yeah. And so yeah, I mean, when we talk about how our own expectations suffocate us, that's also something, right? Is that like it was said in the beginning, our expectations suffocate us because they're not even our own expectations; they're the expectations that other people have for us, right? And so a very good thing that you can also do is have people in your life who value you not so much for what they can do for you, which is what they expect from you, really, right? But have people in your life who value you for you yourself. Very rare to find, but you can only find that if you work on yourself. We attract what we are, not what we say or feel or think. When our own personality and character when our own personality and character is aligned with what we say, feel, and do, we are going to attract them, right? Because what we are is the vibration we send out to around us, right? And so that's the people that we are going to attract. Why? Energies match. So energy, good energy, bad energy can attractable energy can be very pleasurable and very seductive for narcissistic people who are energy vampires, and they will suck the life out of you, right? Because the only thing that goes in their mind is how they can get advantage of you instead of like really like help you or can help each other or just have a normal friendship, right? Which is actually a disease. Narcissistic, no, it's a disease. um but that's why, again, boundaries are very important, right? And so whatever you become, always pay attention to the ones, like, look, always pay attention to the people who value you for you, who believe in you. You lose, they believe in you. You win, they believe in you. You're having a hard time, they believe in you. um you you woke up in a bad mood, they believe in you. You woke up in a very good, they believe in you, right? Simple, like you were only able to be at 50 or like 20% of your life. For them, they still believe in you. Those people who value you for you, they value your bad and your good, bro. Those are the best people for you to be around with. Simple. And you just have to understand that we don't live in a high school anymore, right? For some people, life is so sad and miserable, they wish they could live in high school again. And for a lot of people, they make their job high school because of all the rumors and the gossiping they have, because that's exciting, right? And they have to make it exciting. And so get away from environments like that, because that also takes a toll in your expectations, right? Expectations are very tied, are very connected, not a second, are very attached. Expectations, the term expectations, I attach that a lot to peer pressure. Simple. Literally. Because there's no bigger expectation, right? Like, there's no bigger expectation than a group of friends who is going to simply either doubt or win. Like, either doubt or believe, right? Based on what they believe what you're capable, not on what you're capable, but based on what they believe you're capable, right? And your own family as well. But look, this may seem like a very unpopular opinion, but I don't give a shit, right? And so, fuck them. Obviously, like, fuck them all, but when I mean fuck them, I don't just say, like, like, whatever, yeah, sure, yeah, whatever. That's very easy for you to say. No, I mean that in a different way. I mean that in a way where, again, you have to prioritize what you want, but more than you have to prioritize what you want, don't be afraid of kicking people out of your life. And I mean your family. I mean people that are, don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. Look, you owe your parents your life, right? Because if your own mother didn't give birth to you, right, you wouldn't be alive, right? And so you owe them your life. You owe these people something, right? You owe them something, okay? You owe them something. So the last thing you should be is not something that your parents expect you to be. It's something that you expect yourself to be. Because that will also show your family and your parents that we can be something. Right? Parents don't know everything. We know that. We know damn well parents don't know everything. Right? Parents don't know everything. And the last thing we should do is believe they do in some way, shape, or form. They are always trying their best, and so there is nothing wrong with us sons or daughters, right? Which everybody is a son or a daughter of somebody, right? Um, Either even if they're parents, right? Um, if their parents are still alive, there's nothing wrong with, you know, teaching them something, which is it is perfectly acceptable for us to be ourselves instead of being cock sucking, vagina leaking people. Yes, I said it the way I said it, but it is the truth. Like it, don't like it, fuck out of the stream. Simple. And it's as simple as that, right? And so we have to we are totally, look, you don't have to be 30 or 40. If you're 20 right now and you're watching this, my friend, you're in one of your most perfect phases of your life to do everything you dreamed about. And I'm not talking about flying to different countries, while you're young and live miserably when you're 30 and 40 and 50 because you did everything when you were young, right? No, I'm talking about living a life that you're proud of whenever you want, whatever you want, whenever you want, with who you want, doing what you want, when you want, with who you want, basically. But that takes sacrifice first. When we're think when we're young, we think we're immortal. We're so selfishly in a bad way, right? Because we can be selfish enough to think about our own selves in a good way because we're focused on what we want to do and we have to, right? So we can grow. Or we can be selfish in bad ways and take what we have now for granted, right? And so a lot of people are selfish in a bad way because they take it for granted. And so a lot of people in their 20s, they're not immortal and they know that. They know their parents are not immortal, but they behave like they are, right? And so one of the best thing about being 20 something, one of the best thing about being in people's 20s, in their 20s, is that at the end of the day, people are in one of the best phases of their life of themselves, not only because they are 20, but because they have their family, because they have their grandparents or their parents, right? Some people in their 20s don't, and they're not really, um, they don't really have that blessing anymore, but some do, and the ones who do, a lot of them, they don't take it for granted because they haven't felt it in their skin, right? And the number one problem with human beings is that they need to feel that in their skin, right? Why? Because young people are way more worried about the expectations that other people have of them than really calling their parents and asking them if they're okay. right? Young people are way more worried about what loser A is saying and what normie hashtag 29 is saying about them than really what their own parents, you know, than really what they can learn with the experience of their grandparents and the experience of their parents and just learning, right? And so losers worry about losers, right? Only losers worry about what other losers are saying. And so when that is the case, when when uh, when you see so many losers, right? One of those are gonna be is gonna be a winner. But that loser cannot be a winner if he expects things from other people. Like, look, we're always gonna come back down to the expectation, because that's it. Like, expectations has become such a big part of the world, right? Expectations mean different, right? The expectation 70, 80 years ago was for a guy who turned 18, 19 and to go to war and to go to the army, right? The expectations nowadays for somebody who is 18, 19 is to go to university, right? And and it's completely different. The expectation now when you're 30 is for you to be married and whatever. And that's what I mean. It's like the expectations of society. Okay, so again, like we come back to this society. Who is the society mainly consisted of? Poor people or rich people? The answer is none. It's middle class people. That's why the society works. That's why companies make money. Companies make money because the middle class works for those fucking companies. And so the world, if the middle class stopped working, the world would stop. If everybody went on a strike for a month or two, there would be no money flowing into no companies because there would be nothing. There would be no people working in the factories. There would be no products being made. There would be nothing being sold because there would be no money anyways, right? And so, um, but do those people have the life that you want? Those society expectations made by middle class people who care more about other people than they care about themselves. Do those people have the life that you want? I bet they fucking don't. I bet they fucking don't. I bet they don't. Right? And so you have expectations about people who again don't even have expectations about themselves. Right? And so you may disagree or you may not disagree. That's up to you. That's up to you. Um, we don't really kind of we don't really like stop people from saying what they want and how they want whatever, like a lot of other things do because they cannot deal with the truth, like a lot of other platforms do because they cannot deal with the truth anymore, so whatever. um but the point here is fight for you. You will never be able to take care of other people if you're not able to take care of you first. And then again, especially about women, especially for women, um, especially for women, um, you have to take care of yourself first. Women have a beautiful attribute, more in more abundant than men really do, which is what? The creative sexual energy. So the reason why a lot of men find manifestation and numerology and astrology and all that stuff woo woo is because they're so trapped to the reality of the world. They don't they completely lost that idea of what it's like to fantasize about something. Right? Women on the other hand, no. Women on the other hand, no matter what they do or not, they love to fantasize. They love to fantasize about it, Although, although not every single one of them, because some of them have become so masculine because they had to, that they don't even know what it's like to be feminine anymore. Right? And so the more masculine a woman is, the more traumatized she is. It is 100% masculine. A woman who is traumatized and dealing with that trauma, it is 100% masculine, right? To physically move, physically move um, your pain and transform it into greatness physically is extremely masculine. And a lot of women do it nowadays. That's fine, that's your choice, nothing against it. Very good. If you like it, do it, right? But it is a very masculine thing to do, right? Because again, women are overcompensating that idea, right? Women are overcompensating the idea of what society has put on them. That they have to do this and they have to do that, right? And if they do this, then it's acceptable, right? But that's not how you are, is it? Right? And so the number one thing that you need to understand first is that yes, you are miserable because you don't do what you want, but you are miserable more than that because you just can't express yourself the way you want. You can. Remember that you always have a choice to do what you want. You always have a choice to do what you want, right? But no, you should not only do something because you feel safe enough to do it, aka do it with men, because by yourself you never open your mouth. Okay? And so that is one thing, right? Which a lot of women do. Some women wouldn't understand that because they don't do it, and it is a very good thing. Keep not understanding it because you don't do it. That's a very good thing. Other women will understand it, right? And so, yes, and for women who understand because they do it, stop doing it, right? Because that's not you. Because that is not you, not you. We all know you're hurting, right? The only people who don't know you're hurting is the blind, miserable men you're hanging around with, right? Um, and so, and so, stop it, right? Because the only people, the only people who believe in lies are the people who do them, aka ignorant people. Ignorant people hang around with ignorant people. Now, honey, if you are ignorant, okay, but if you're not ignorant, you're just playing that you are, or whatever you're doing, just stop it because that doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help you, doesn't help your parents, and it clearly doesn't help the people who love you, right? Because the people you hang around clearly don't. Because if they did, they wouldn't allow you to do half of the shit you do and say, okay? And so, if and then again, like if that is what like those people expect of you, like I mean that just even proves it even more, right? like like excuse me, let's just like let's just um let's just be frank with it, right? Everybody loves to ignore the truth. I don't understand why. I love the truth. The truth hurts, right? And so a lot of people, they don't have the guts to do that. They don't have the guts to say that, right? Imagine manipulating yourself all the time into believing you can do something. Actually, the other way around. Like imagine spending like a whole lifetime basically manipulating yourself into believing that something is not possible, just giving excuses and excuses and excuses. And then one guy and one woman come along, or other people, right, and completely obliterate every single manipulation you have done, and every single thing those people have said were a lie, and they know they were lies, but they believe those lies like they depended on it because their ego was so big they couldn't deal with failure, right? And so, look, my friend, you don't want to be that, right? What you want to be above that because you're better than that, right? When we put it in this way, it's really miserable, isn't it? It's really, isn't it so miserable to manipulate for somebody to manipulate themselves a whole lifetime, believing the lies that they fucking say to themselves, right? And then hang around with people who approve of that, right? When they really don't care, right? Because they all do it, right? It really sounds miserable, right? Is that what you want to be? Is that how you really want to be? Right? I'm not even going to talk about like, is that how you want people to remember you or whatever, you know? I'm not even going to talk about that, right? But is that how you want to be yourself? Is that how you want to wake up? Is that how you want to listen? I bet it's not. I bet you don't want to be miserable and wake up. I bet you don't want to put on a facade every single day that you're this and that you're that, but you're not. Because nobody wants to do that. Right? Because nobody wants to do that, bro. Right? And so, expectations. Those same expectations that you believe are your savior, and that you are going to simply like, you know, like, oh my god, that's it, I just have to do this and that, and everybody will love me, and everybody will like me, and blah blah blah, you know, and everybody will feel like I'm so nice. You know what nice makes you? Nice, there's no respecting nice, there's no loving nice. I cannot stress this as much as I've been stressing this all my goddamn life once I started really talking about this a lot. I cannot stress this enough. There's no respecting nice. Nice means, look, I know for a fact that if I need you, you'll be there, even if I'm never gonna be there for you. AKA, you'll be my bitch, right? That's what it means when people, she's so nice or he's so nice. No, you don't have to be nice. You're supposed to be good. A good person has boundaries. A nice person has none. The difference between a good person and a nice person is that a nice person is empathetic, cares about people, loves and stuff, but has boundaries. That person will not be fucked with, right? But a person who is, right? Person who is, well, okay, let me put it because I forgot that. Anyways, a nice person has no boundaries, is sympathetic, but has no boundaries. A good person is sympathetic, but has boundaries, right? A nice person has no boundaries. A good person has the boundaries. Having boundaries is so important. The power of one simple word can change your entire world. The power of one simple word can change your entire world. No. God damn it, learn how to say no. Please. Learn how to say no. Do you want to hang out? No. Do you want to watch TV? No. Do you want to go drink? No. Do you want to go play? No. Do you want to go to the cinema? Fuck no, I don't. Or why? What you're doing that's more important than that? Well, I'm focusing on myself, you fuck. I'm focusing on myself. My expectations that you have of me means nothing. Means zero. I care more about what I believe. Oh, you changed. You did as well. I thought you were my friend. You were supposed to support me. Not be disappointed with me because I don't want to fucking go to your loser cinema and watch your loser movie that will never make me any money in the first place. Clearly won't make me any better. Plus, why do I want to go out and look at a big ass screen when I can just watch the video on my own? Right? Learn how to say no, right? Learn how to say no. There's nothing wrong with saying no. There's nothing wrong with saying no. Okay? And even if people don't believe in you and don't believe in what you're doing and whatever, right? Then let them. Because at the end of the day, it does not matter. Right? And so to value your own authenticity, to value how direct you are, to grow and to be you. There's nothing more powerful, there's nothing more honorable and more courageous and just filled with love and that attracts the right people. Being a fake pussy, right, who wants to be liked by everybody. I'm sorry, sorry. Okay? Sorry, but this is true. Okay? Sorry, but this is true. If being a fake pussy attracts the people that you need, so those same people can attract the people that they're gonna talk about you on how you're so nice and everybody's gonna like you and blah 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 and blah blah blah, then you can also attract the people that will love you for what you are and what you believe and how you are and how you behave, regardless of what other people do or say, because they do the same thing. I don't care if it takes days and weeks or months or years. I would much rather be alone. In fact, I wouldn't say you, but I'll say me. I, for example, would much rather be alone than to be with people who are fake, because none of them will die for me. Nobody has to die for me per se, right? But what I mean is like not one single one of them is care about, right? And so those are the people that we really have to be careful, right? The temporary people, right? Because usually a lot of people, they do a lot for temporary people because they think if they give a lot of themselves to other people, they will stay, right? But that's not how it is, right? Nobody has the good heart that you have. Not everybody has the good heart that you have, right? Not everybody has the the good intentions you have for those people, right? Not everybody has um, that kindness within you, right? And so that has to come out more. That has to come out more with the people that deserve it, right? And you know who those people are. You know who those people are, right? And if you don't, then get to know, bro. If you don't know, you can then get to know. Like, what are you doing? You're wasting your time, right? And so, to understand that, just understand that, um, to just understand that, focus on yourself, create something today that you're proud of, right? So you don't depend on something that people don't really want you to depend on. Okay. So you don't depend on something like their love, like their congratulations, like their appreciation. Fuck their appreciation. They can't even appreciate their own self. They don't know how to, right? Simple. Whatever. Who cares? Um, and that's a good way to stop having the expectations of others suffocate you, because now you don't have other people's expectations. You have yours, right? And I truly believe that you should also take a look at your circle and really see who is working. Go into your contacts right now on the phone and check. And if that person is not even in your life anymore, that person is not making money with you, if that person is not your friend or you don't talk to that person in well, delete the phone number. Delete it. Delete it. Delete it. You're not gonna talk with them. So what's the point, right? Delete it, right? Your circle, the stronger, the smaller, the stronger. The bigger, the more fake, right? The stronger the circle, the smaller it is. The bigger your circle, the more fake, right? The more full of like fake people it is. Okay. Um, the expectations people have of you will literally um, probably increase. The importance you give of them is going to decrease, right? You're not gonna die because you do that. Okay, that's your mind is playing tricks with you, right? Your mind is playing tricks. Again, what are people gonna say? Well, people are gonna talk about you. Congratulations, bro. You're fucking famous in their mouth. You're more important for them than their own family because they could be calling their parents. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but they're talking about you, right? Congratulations, bro. Congratulations, right? Uh, I mean, right. I mean, when you're good, when you're great, when you're divine, people will notice, right? And so, look, put yourself in the position of those people, right? Would you listen to them? No. Would you do the same thing? No. Right? Why? Because they don't have the life that you want, right? They don't, right? Simple. Would you be depressed if you had your life? Yes, of course you. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. I would be. That's why I don't have. That's why I don't want to have, right? And so fuck it, right? Fuck it. And to wrap it up, because we have 3 minutes left, um, I really enjoyed being here with you today. This was awesome. This was authentic. This was fun. We had fun. That's the most important thing. It's not only do what we love, but have fun with it, right? And inspire and motivate and push people into changing their lives and making a great decision for themselves, right? This was so great. I see you. I see you next week. Um, I see you next week, and I will hopefully next week. Irina will be back, um, and yeah, we'll have more insightful discussions. And yeah, so we'll wrap it up quick. Um, I will I will give you a quick tip, which is always do what you love, right? Simple. Always do what you love. Put objectives on you, and like it was said in the beginning, seek independence from perfectionism. Perfectionism comes from what people expect from you, right? Because of the way you will be seen. But independence comes from knowing what you're worth of, and that is exactly what you are worth of, independent. No matter what other people will say or do. And so, oh, Dina, yes, let's go. You have to come back. You have to come back, and you will, right? And we'll talk about other things regarding sex. And yes, you are pretty as well. Thank you very much for calling me handsome. You are awesome. You are the best. And so yes, so we are wrapped up here. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody who tuned in. And yes, I'll see you next week. Bye.